إن أردتم أن تكونوا شامة بين الورى فاختفوا.
How powerful were the Russians at that time? Let me tell you how powerful they were. They had defeated the Persians, they had defeated the Turks, all the way up to China, they ruled. Nobody came in their way, all the way up to China. They had Serbia, they had Mongolia, they had Poland. Even the British were concerned, because if they took the Caucasus, then they would be their neighbors in India. And then they were speaking about a crusade. The Russians were speaking about a crusade. They were saying that if we take the Caucasus, then we will be able to start a new crusade. We can liberate the holy lands, the Masjid al-Aqsa. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created a man who I call the Salahuddin of the Caucasus. Imam Shaamil rahimahullah. For the next quarter of a century, Imam Shaamil did not allow this superpower to move. They did whatever they could, but they could not defeat Imam Shaamil rahimahullah. Imam Shaamil was born where? He was born in a village called Gimri in Dagestan in 1797. He belonged to a family of Avars. Avars are people who live in the Caucasus and who are very high, 9 generations of very high nasab and family. This was what his real lineage was. But the Russians didn't believe that. The Russians, when they heard about Imam Shaamil and his great feats and how heroic this man was and how magnificent he was, they said, no, there's no way that this man can be a Muslim or of any other origins besides Christians. So what they said, that he was actually the son of a prince from Georgia, a Christian prince, who had an ikhtilaf with his brother and who migrated to the Caucasus. And then from there he migrated to Persia. And this was his son. Meaning that Imam Shaamil was too good to be a Muslim. He was too good to be a Muslim. Imam Shaamil rahimahullah, as a child, he would spend much of his time in the masjid. He would learn the Quran, the Sunnah. He was a man who did a lot of dhikr. He was actually a Sufi. He belonged to the Naqshbandiya Khalidiyya Tariqa. The Naqshbandiya Khalidiyya Tariqa, when it came into the Caucasus, there was many pagan habits in the Muslims, many bid'at. And it was the Naqshbandiya Khalidiyya Tariqa which